What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So today we are going to be talking about an amusement park manufacturer and an amusement park chain. More specifically, we are going to be talking about two companies that are going through many changes: Cedar Fair and Zamperla. Zamperla has been on the rise all across the world. There are new companies that are working with them that they have never worked with before, and some of the old relationships that they had are coming back. And they even have massive projects going on like Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point, and even owning entire parks like Luna Park in New York City, which is, to say the least, one of the most iconic parks on Earth. They have kiddie rides, family rides, thrilling flat rides, water rides, roller coasters of all sizes, and much, much more. Zamperla truly is a company for the whole park. On the other hand, Cedar Fair is one of the biggest amusement park chains in North America, and even the world. They own many properties all across North America, including Cedar Point, Canada's Wonderland, and Knott's Berry Farm, and much, much more. Zamperla and Cedar Fair have been working a lot lately. You have Top Thrill 2 and Wild Mouse at Cedar Point. And then you have Aeronautica Landing at Carowinds. Going to Kings Island, they also added Adventureport. Since they've been adding a lot last year and this year, I predict they're going to add more. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about some Cedar Fair parks that I could see getting a new Zamperla, whether it be a flat ride, a water ride, or a roller coaster, and I will talk about why they should get them. This is Cedar Flags, and today, we are going to be talking about the future of Zamperla and Cedar Fair. So let's start off with a little bit of an overview. Now, before I get into the parks, I want to mention what parks I'm going to be talking about and a little bit of disclaimers. So let's talk about the parks I'm going to talk about. I'm going to mention Kings Island, Carowinds, Michigan's Adventure, Canada's Wonderland, Cedar Point, and Worlds of Fun. This also should not be taken too seriously. This is nothing official. This is just a fan-made prediction and my personal opinion on what would fit the best. So let's get into it. First, I want to talk about Kings Island in Mason, Ohio, near Cincinnati. This is one of the bigger Cedar Fair parks and is one of the most loved by the coaster community. And so, they get major additions like Orion, Banshee, and Mystic Timbers. So, what could they get next? Now, if you don't know, a few months ago, Zamperla came out with a new promotional video for a new model. This is their Lightning Multi-Launch, and it could be a custom model. As you can see in this video, in this animation that they posted, they can make custom ground-up layouts, similar to Intamin Blitz coasters or mock multi-launches. So with Cedar Fair working with Zamperla and Kings Island being a major focal point, I think we could easily see a Lightning multi-launch here, in the Vortex plot specifically. This is a major plot that needs filled. It would have a long layout, lots of strong, sustained ejector airtime, and very tight transitions. Very similar to an Intamin Blitz, but in the style of Zamperla. The next park I want to go to is Carowinds, on the borders of North and South Carolina. Now, this is a very interesting park, as there is a lot here already. When it comes to water rides, Carowinds used to have a lot, and nowadays, there's really no real water rides operating in the park besides the water park. So, what better option than a Super Flumes? This is their alternative to the log flume. It definitely still has all the features that a log flume has in the past. So, I could see this in the area where Dinosaurs Alive was, making it in between Intimidator, the kids areas, and of course Afterburn. This would be a nice neutral area that both adults and kids can enjoy, and would be accessible from all of those areas. I think this would be a great addition for many reasons. It's hot, and this would be a unique ride to soak and cool you off. The next park I want to talk about is Michigan's Adventure. This is one of the smallest Cedar Fair parks located in Michigan. This is located near Grand Rapids in the city of Muskegon. So, what do we need at this park? Well, we do need a lot here, but specifically, I think a very realistic addition could be a flat ride collection. Not just one, but let's say 3. One being a family drop tower. I would say something similar to Astro Tower at Luna Park. It is tall, but it is definitely more tame. Another ride I would love to see here is a Nebulas. This is a very common ride all over the world. It's a very popular ride. It's getting added everywhere. And what a better place than Michigan's Adventure. I would also love to see an air race here. Now, there are a few reasons why. First of all, it would be the only inverted flat ride there. Now, that would be pretty neat. And second of all, It is, to say the least, a very unique ride within its own. There's not a lot in the area. The nearest, I think, would probably be in the northeast. The next park we are going to be looking at is Canada's Wonderland. Now, similar to Kings Island, I think a lightning launch coaster would be perfect here. Make it a massive multi-launch coaster. I am talking absolutely ginormous. Make it even like 200 feet tall. Make it that tall if you would like. Canada's Wonderland is one of the most attended Cedar Fair parks and one of the most attended parks in the country. So this place gets a lot of people, and I think a new thrill, along with the others, would be absolutely incredible. This park deserves much better coasters. Even though they have a few good ones, they also have a lot of bad ones. So you could replace a couple with this and let it launch. It would have a long, forceful layout, and it could be Zamperla's magnum opus. Now, we are going to look at Cedar Point, and unlike some of my other past videos, we are actually going to skim over Cedar Point and make it a smaller part of the video because I've talked a lot about Cedar Point on this channel, and I want to focus on other parks. With that being said, a thing I would love to see at Cedar Point again is a log flume, and what better way to do that than add a super flumes? You could even name it after an older ride, like Whitewater Landing, or something even older. I'm not sure, but Cedar Point is really good when it comes to stuff like that. Especially with Forbidden Frontier gone, I would love to see something new in the plot of land that used to take. And this being a family ride, it would be a great new family ride in this thrilling park. Finally, I want to talk about Worlds of Fun in Kansas City. Now, this is one of the more recent Cedar Fair parks I have been to, and I have to say, this place is incredible. This place has some incredible scenery for a Cedar Fair park, and maintains that theming all across the world, as it has an African area, an American area, and many more, including a Chinese area, and a European area. Now, the European area is the one I want to talk about in this video, because that is an area that has no real major roller coasters at this moment. I mean, walking through that area seemed a little depressing. The Europe area is really getting robbed as it has no real roller coasters and a few flat rides and a log flume. So, I think what they should do is add their next major addition here. More specifically, a Zamperla Double Heart. This would be, to say the least, a major roller coaster needed in the European area. I would love to see the 70-meter version instead of the 50-meter, as it would fit in the plot of land behind Tivoli Hall and next to Prowler. It would be great to look at near the entrance of the park and would provide a nice, innovative layout. This would also be the only launch coaster at this park, which would provide a unique thrill to people that haven't experienced such an experience. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what other Cedar Fair parks you could see getting these Zamperla installations, and let me know what non-Cedar Fair parks you could also see getting massive Zamperla coasters. What is the future for Zamperla, in your personal opinion? As always, check out the links in the description for merch and other social media, and until next time, this is Cedar Flags, and I'll see you all later.